Hi everyone, welcome to the Ever Seeking Empath. So if you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm a reader who uses tarot, oracle, and charms, and today we are going to be exploring the question, what is your destiny? So I just figured that that'd be kind of an interesting reading for people. You might get some guidance on what direction you're wanting to move in life or what you feel like your higher purpose is, but we're just going to have fun with it. So before we get started, I want to remind everybody that this is a general reading, so it might not resonate for everybody. So just take the messages that you feel are meant for you and disregard the rest. Also, if you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment if you feel so inclined. It really does help me out and it helps out the channel quite a bit. So please, if you enjoy this, think about doing one of those things I mentioned. So we have 3 piles here today. They're all pulled from the little Starlight Oracle deck, which is a really cute deck. So just let your intuition guide you to a pile. So pile 1 is outer space. Take the time to heal, grow, and expand. Pile 2 is singularity. You are your own sun, moon, and stars. And pile 3 is North Star. Hold your ground and shine bright and unwavering. So just take a deep breath and see which pile is really calling out to you. I'm going to put timestamps in the description box and in the comments below, and we are going to get started now with pile number 1. Hi group 1, so if you chose outer space for your card, then this is your message. So welcome to your reading. So we're going to start with your tarot and oracle cards, of which we have quite a lot, and then we're going to do your charms at the end, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. So let's explore the question, what is your destiny? So for your tarot, you have 10 of Cups, completion, the Moon, misinterpretation, 4 of Swords, recuperation, lots of Asians, I'm noticing, King of Swords, knowledge, and Knight of Wands, immaturity. So just from the get-go, I feel like some of you might have kind of been fooled on what you thought your destiny was going to be, because we have that 10 of Cups, completion, which is also just joy and like that emotional fulfillment and feeling like all the stars are aligned, you've got what you want, and you're just basking in that really good feeling. So I feel like some of you might have felt like you already reached what you thought your destiny was going to be, and then surprise, it didn't turn out as you wanted, because we have the Moon, misinterpretation. So maybe that was kind of an illusion and you feel like it didn't feel the way you wanted it to feel, or things didn't turn out kind of just how you were expecting or how you were wanting it to turn out. And then with the 4 of Swords, that's recuperation. So I feel like because that's in the middle, that might be kind of where you're at right now. Like you're here to kind of recuperate and just rest before you move into the next phase of your life. And then you've got 2 court cards for the next phase. So you have King of Swords, knowledge, and Knight of Wands, immaturity. So to me, this is just saying that a big part of your destiny has to do with wisdom gained from experience, because you might have been a little bit immature even if you felt like you weren't, and now you've gained that wisdom and knowledge so that you can move forward into the next phase, knowing a bit more about yourself, about the world, about kind of what feeling you're looking for. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on here, is you thought that you knew where you were going, and now maybe you're not quite sure where you're going, but you have the wisdom to recognize it when you see it. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So you have transformation, which is very fitting for what we have right here. I feel like you're definitely in this blossoming phase where something ended. I mean, transformation is very much Scorpio energy. It's death energy. It's an ending leading into a new beginning. It's a massive change that can feel like you're left without an identity. So I feel like a lot of you might be kind of shifting in the role that you feel like you play in life in general and in your own life as well, and maybe in the lives of the people around you. You have the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine, number 7. So yeah, that's what I was saying, wisdom. So I do feel like you've got some divine guidance within you, and even around you, but I feel like you might be someone who maybe is less inclined to look to divine guidance, or if you look to it, you don't really know what it means. I feel like I keep looking at that moon card that says misinterpretation. So maybe you have this really powerful wisdom and guidance within you, but you don't know what to do with it. Like, you don't know where to go. So maybe that's part of your journey right now in this lifetime, is to really dive in and explore that and start recognizing when it's your gut feeling moving you towards something or away from something, when it's fear, when it's wishful thinking, and deciphering between those. You have take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. So that's very much Four of Swords energy. So yeah, that's a confirmation. That's where you're at right now, or that's where you'll soon be, or kind of what you're moving out of. And I'm looking at your outer space card, and it even says take the time to heal, grow, and expand. So that's really what it is maybe that is what your life's purpose is, what your destiny is in this lifetime, is you're kind of going through these phases where you're peeling away layers that don't resonate with you anymore, or you're even maybe peeling away layers from society, or helping other people kind of peel away, versions of themselves that they once knew that don't resonate anymore. I just feel like it has to do with that, where you really are meant to kind of move forward and then take stock of where you're at, look within, and then move forward when you're ready and feeling recuperated. You also have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? That's exactly what I was saying, is that whatever isn't resonating, whatever doesn't work anymore, you're recognizing that and you're starting to peel away those layers. So I feel like you're doing that to yourself, you're doing that to the people around you and to your life. And I feel like a big part of your destiny is just taking stock, stripping away what doesn't work. And this is allowing you to get to the core of things. It's allowing you to get to the seed of what is really important to you and what your purpose is. So I feel like part of your purpose is that exploration. I feel like you have to kind of dig to get to your destiny. You have to undo some of the learning that you've accumulated over this lifetime. You also have 43, Thistle. So this deck is new for me. I'm going to need to look at the book because these are a little bit more open to interpretation, but just with that thistle, it almost looks like a cactus to me, so I almost feel like self-preservation, defensiveness, survival as well. Like, I feel like you definitely are a survivor. But let's see what the book has to say. Okay, so it says, stand up for what you believe in. The keywords are conviction, strength, values, and integrity. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I just want to kind of get some blurbs here. So it definitely represents bravery, devotion, valor, and strength, fiery determination. We are often faced with situations that cause us to consider compromising our values and beliefs. For instance, abandoning a moral principle and bowing to peer pressure because we are afraid we won't fit into a group, or cutting corners in order to save time and effort. It may often feel like the easier option to go against our convictions, but the more we compromise our values, the more of a negative impact it can have on our well-being. So that's really what I'm feeling, is that you're in this phase where you're recognizing how you haven't been serving yourself by trying to fit in or doing what other people expected, just really compromising your values and not allowing yourself to live with integrity. So that really fits with what we've been talking about. You have Athena, wisdom. So you've got 3 different times that wisdom's really been coming up. I know the King of Swords didn't say wisdom, but that's the impression I got from it. So wisdom, and we've got wisdom on the Well Watcher here. So I feel like that's a big part of your destiny, is wisdom and sharing your wisdom, accumulating your wisdom, and recognizing when your inner wisdom is talking to you. And then we have 3 of the Intuit Zodiac oracle cards. So you have Inventor. It's number 3 and it's Leo energy. So yeah, I feel like it's just that do it again and again. It's okay to fail. That kind of energy is really coming forward. So I do feel like the again and again kind of energy, that peeling away layers, peeling away layers, peeling away layers. I think that that's really important. And then you have unlikely. At this time, the situation or outcome is unlikely to occur. And then it's time. It's time for action. Things are fast-tracked to unfold quickly and smoothly. And you have number 9 and number 8, if those numbers mean things to you. But yeah, I feel like what it really is reinventing yourself. I think that's a huge part of your destiny, is to just keep reinventing yourself, discovering new things about yourself, recognizing when what you thought you wanted maybe isn't what you wanted. Maybe it's what other people wanted for you, or what you expected to want, or you thought it would feel differently once you got there. But it's just this energy of reinventing yourself because you're going, you know what, this isn't working out for me. And then here's what it's time for. Here's when I need to step into my true self. And I think you're getting better about learning what is working for you and what is not. So let's get some charms now for some more information. Let's figure out what's in the heart of the situation. So group 1, what is your destiny? All right. So you got a number 9 again. I'm just pointing that out. I know I usually do the heart first, but that was the first thing that popped out to me. So most of your charms here landed in the heart. So I feel like there's a lot at the heart of the situation. You have way to go. So a lot of the time that means you're not sure which way to go. You know, you're at a crossroads. And I feel like that's really what's going on, is that you have all these choices and you're trying to figure out which way is the best way for you. You have no. So I feel like you're running into a lot of no's, a lot of blockages. You're recognizing when that's not right for you. And I think you're getting better about going, you know what, that doesn't feel right. I'm walking away from that. And that's awesome. Yeah, you've got a lot of that energy. Not my circus, not my monkeys. So this has to do with not taking responsibility for other people's happiness, other people's problems, not getting too involved in things that don't really need to involve you. So I feel like this does just kind of resonate with working towards a goal and then realizing it's not for you, it's not yours, so you don't need to carry that. I feel like you felt very restricted by this because you have the corset, so that's about restrictions. So you can loosen those laces a little bit and get a little bit more creative and just figure out what your life is. And I think a lot of you, this is like a creative, kind of innovative type of life. Pegasus is a protective energy, but it's also a very creative energy. I don't know like where I heard this, but I always associate Pegasus with creative energy, like very much artists, artisans, whether it's visual arts or performing arts or anything like that. I just feel like Pegasus is definitely kind of a muse for the creative. That's just the symbolism I associate with that. But I know it's also a protective energy too. So just allow yourself to feel protected by your authentic self. And then lastly, we already talked about the 9. So now we have the sloth here. So it's okay to go slowly. You don't have to speed ahead. I think by going slowly, you're allowing yourself to kind of check in as you go. And I feel like this is also talking about the phase that you're in of just recovering and taking it step by step. But I think you need to give yourself permission to move slowly and to not like rush in, because that Knight of Wands that you got, that's often about rushing in and then rushing out because you realize it's not right for you. So I think it's just recommending that you slow down and recognize that your destiny can be a discovery process. I feel like that's really what I'm getting for you, is that you don't have just one destiny. You have all of these kind of interweaving choices that are going to be presented to you, and it's up to you to figure out which way is right for you. So I think using your inner wisdom is really going to help you kind of be guided on your journey. And just coming back to the 9, that's also hermit energy, which is very much what we were talking about, checking in with yourself, recognizing what's right for you and what's not, that kind of thing. So I feel like just checking in, making sure that you are not like pushing yourself out there just to be out there or just to make somebody else happy, and making sure that it really is what's right for you. So group 1, I hope that this resonated with you. I would love to hear if it does, so please leave me a comment below if you feel like sharing. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. That really does help me out a lot, and I really appreciate it for those of you who have already done that. So awesome. I hope that this resonated. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi group 2, so if you chose Singularity for your card, then this is your reading, so welcome. We are going to start with your Tarot and Oracle cards. I know there are a lot, and then we're going to do your charms at the end, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. So let's figure out what is your destiny. So for your tarot, you have the Emperor, structure, death, release, Ace of Wands, new beginnings. Seven of Cups, delusion. Six of Wands, achievement. And then finally you have Ace of Pentacles, growth. So already I'm seeing that there are some similar themes to group one. So if you were debating between group one and group two and you haven't watched group one already, you might also want to watch that, just because there might be some similar messages for you in there. But let's just start here. So with the Emperor, structure. So I feel like a lot of you might be, I don't want to say control freaks, but that is the phrase coming to mind. So I think a lot of you really like to have control over your surroundings, over your environment, over your circumstances. And I think one of your big lessons in this lifetime is to release control. Because we do have death, which says release, and that's right after the Emperor. Death is something that you can't kind of escape. Like even in the background of this, you can see it's kind of like a black hole that just sucks you in. So I feel like that change and transformation is not something that you have control over. And to think that you do have total control over it, I think that might be a little bit of where the delusion comes in. That I feel like you've got this coping mechanism of if you have control over it, maybe it's safer, you know? But I feel like what might be easier is to recognize it as an opportunity for growth and new beginnings, and get excited about having that beginner's mind. I feel like that is a big part of your life's journey in this lifetime, is to really embrace the magic of new beginnings and about starting over, starting fresh, not necessarily having any foundation to start from, but just starting with that raw potential energy, you know, just a seed of something. And I think if you allow yourself to embrace that, you will have a lot of success. Because with achievement, I feel like you are destined for a lot of financial success, work success. I think just whatever you set out to do is destined to work somehow. I just think that you might need to make some tweaks along the way, because with the Emperor and Six of Wands, that's definitely success, that's achievement, that's being able to reach your goals and having everything that you need to reach them. But I just think you might need to adjust a little bit, because Seven of Cups can be about confusion and not really knowing what choice to make as well. And I feel like when you feel overwhelmed by those choices, you don't know what to do, and you get that kind of paralysis from that because you're so used to knowing and being in control, and you like to just feel like you have that stable ground to walk on. But I think your destiny is to get used to not having that, and to just allow yourself to kind of ride the wave of potential energy into whatever is coming towards you. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So you have blessings, which is an awesome way to kind of lead out from your tarot cards, because blessings is saying that whatever is coming will be good. You're not going to have just like constant tumultuous, you know, upheaval and everything, but you will have to release maybe what you thought you wanted, or what you were initially moving towards or anticipating, or release the idea of the way you thought it was going to happen. I think that's going to be a lot of it for you, but those blessings are going to be abundant and beautiful. You have the Winged Wise Ones, Angelic Help, Miraculous Aid, number 34. So you are surrounded by help. I think that you might even not realize how much help you have around you, whether it's spiritual help or just the friends and support system that you have around you. So make sure that you are acknowledging whoever is there too. I think that that will help. And then you also have the River Queen, flow, letting go, natural movement, number 36. So that's very much what I was saying. So flow is the opposite of that rigidity that I was seeing initially with the Emperor. So I think allowing yourself to flow with that potential energy, letting go, like the Death card talks about, and that natural movement is going to be key. So just, I think you are going to have to adjust to being a little bit more go with the flow. I think you have a hard time letting go. You might be kind of up in your mind a lot. I know we don't have swords energy in any of these, but that's just the energy I'm getting, is like you want to know what's coming. You want to know the next step. And this is saying, you know what, you can't know, but you just have to kind of trust and allow it to come the way that it's going to come. You have Inner Temple, Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So I feel like you do have this like lovely support system around you with Devotion, and the two people here, it's making me think you probably have like a soul family around you that you might not be acknowledging as much as you should. I feel like you might be the type that wants to go it alone, not necessarily like lone wolf energy, but you want to prove something to yourself or to other people about the fact that you can do it on your own. And you probably could, but you know, I think ignoring all the people around you and all of the support that you have there is going to diminish what you're able to achieve. You might still be able to achieve something, but it might take longer, it might be less fulfilling, it might not be exactly what you're setting out to achieve. So I think by tuning in and allowing yourself to be loyal to the loyal people around you, that will really help you achieve the goals that you're wanting to achieve. And then you also have the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So yeah, this is definitely very similar energy to group one. It's just a slightly different take on it, and you're almost at different stages in this journey. But you might resonate with group one as well, especially if this maybe isn't resonating quite as much. Maybe check out group one. But I just feel like it's, again, that energy of peeling away layers, of maybe like what you thought was going to happen or what you wanted to happen. You're going to have to peel away that expectation and just allow yourself to get to the seed of things, allow yourself to get to the core of what you want to achieve, and you're going to see kind of what's left, and you'll open yourself up to a lot more possibilities then too. You have number 8, shadow. So like with group one, I am going to actually read from the book, but you have like a blackbird or crow or magpie or raven or something here that to me is symbolizing that kind of spiritual connection and protection, just that really kind of magical energy. So let's see what the book has to say. So it says, be guided by knowledge and understanding. The keywords here are ignorance, seek, learn, and understand. And yes, it's a crow on there. It says that in the book, but I'm not going to read this whole thing. I just want to kind of read part of the blurb. So, providing greater insight, a connection to nature's magic, the power of foresight and prophecy. And that's really interesting because I think I was saying something earlier with the Emperor about wanting to see ahead to the next step. So I feel like with this, it's almost urging you to see ahead kind of with your heart and with your intuition and not so much with your mind. So maybe that's where the mental energy I was thinking of is coming in. But I feel like this is really just talking about using your wisdom, using your knowledge, using the people around you, and using your kind of core instincts to move forward and to be able to anticipate what's next. I feel like you might even be able to sense when change is coming. But I feel like with this crow here, she's also not going it alone. You know, she's got kind of a mutual understanding with this crow. You know, crows, you can often feed them and they'll bring you things. So that's kind of the energy I'm getting, is that even if it's not just like animals or familiars or anything, I feel like you need that connective relationship with other people to be able to move along your way. I think that they're going to be able to provide you with some insights you might not have otherwise had. So you have fertility. So that's kind of what I was saying with abundance. You know, you had blessings here too. So I feel like there is this beautiful kind of incredible future coming to you, but you do have to let go of the way that you think it's going to happen. You have to let go of needing to know the next step to be able to bring that about. But I feel like you have this really magical future ahead of you, but right now it's in that like raw beginning phase, and I think you have to allow a beginning to come in, especially if you feel like right now you're on a shaky foundation or no foundation. You have to just be able to go with the flow to be able to go about that. And then finally, you have crew. Working together as a unit, team, leadership, co-create, forming alliances. So I think that's a really big part of your destiny, is working with other people to make something happen. Because even though we didn't really see that in your tarot cards, that's kind of just the outline. But the Emperor is very much like someone who can do things on his own, but he's stronger with his Empress. And the Empress is this fertility kind of energy too. So I feel like working together, you know, matching up that structure, and organization, discipline with the kind of dreaminess and intuition and nurturing vibe of the Empress is really going to be what brings you to your next stage. I think that that's going to be really important for you. So let's get your charms and see what else they have to tell us. And we are going to use the heart to figure out what's in the heart of the situation. So group 2, what is your destiny? All right, so in the heart, we've got, but first, coffee, and you have the coffee mug. So I think that's hilarious because those are actually from the same set. And that to me is talking about motivation. So really finding something that motivates you, making sure that you have that in abundance. So I think that that's maybe where the team comes in, is being able to motivate each other. You know, one person is feeling motivated, the other one's not. And sometimes it's kind of contagious. You know, you get somebody else there that's motivating you and rooting for you and cheering you on, and things feel a lot more possible. You've got the elephant with the baby elephant. So yeah, again, that's like teamwork, working with your herd. That's a protective charm as well, and like family is important. So even if it's like your found family, I think that that's something that's really tied in. But you also have the little baby feet. So that can be about following in someone's footsteps or leaving an imprint on someone, but that can also have to do with babies and children. So maybe children are a part of your destiny. Maybe that's something that you really have to work together as a team with somebody. Maybe you were thinking that you were going to have to go it alone, and you're going to meet someone that you feel like you can really work together with. But I feel like teamwork is extremely important here. And then the starfish is about healing. So, you know, when one limb gets removed, then it will grow it back. So I feel like your resilience and your healing powers are going to be helpful to you in this scenario. But I do feel like with those coffee charms, I just feel like that motivation is going to be important, and making sure that you find what motivates you, making sure that you keep moving forward even though you don't know the next step. Just see what the day will bring. That's kind of a big thing, you know. You can just sit and have your coffee and wonder about what the day will bring, but don't worry about what's coming. You have the bird cage, so feeling bound, freeing yourself. You have the owl, which is about wisdom, inner wisdom, guidance from others. Again, we've got a message of connectedness, of love, of teamwork, the soulmate hearts. So I do think your soul family is really tied into your destiny. I think finding them, creating that soul family, working together with them is huge. And then you have the number 17. So that is the star card in tarot. That's often about faith. It can be about destiny and fate as well, but it's really about trusting, not knowing what the next step is, feeling like you've just burnt out, you're at that point of total destruction and you don't know what's coming next, but then just seeing that little glimmer of hope and allowing that to be enough for you to start moving forward again. So I feel like that's huge for your destiny right now, is just giving yourself the courage to move forward. So group 2, I hope that this resonates with you. I would love to hear if it does, so please leave me a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and I really appreciate it for those of you who have already done so. It really does help me out a lot. Yeah, I hope this resonated. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi group 3. So if you chose North Star for your card, then this is your reading, so welcome. We are going to start with your tarot and oracle cards, of which there are a lot, and I think you are the group with the most. And then we are going to do your charms at the end, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. So let's figure out what is your destiny. So for your tarot, you have Judgment, action. 4 of Pentacles, control. 7 of Pentacles, vision. I'm going to actually move these a little bit. The Lovers, decisions. And 10 of Pentacles, wealth. So a lot of Pentacles cards here, and 2 majors. So I definitely feel like your destiny is tied to somebody else. Probably fairly obviously you've got the Lovers, but that also has to do with decisions. So it could be about a decision between two people or between two lifestyles. But I feel like with this Judgment card, it says action, but this is like waking up to what your destiny is. This is waking up to who you are, recognizing how your decisions have gotten you here in the first place, kind of answering for everything that you've done up to this point. So I feel like that might be where you're starting out, is getting this kind of wake-up call and recognizing maybe you need to stop investing in something and allow yourself the chance to invest in something else. And the reason why I say that is we've got the Four of Pentacles next to the Seven of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is control, it's stubbornness, it's rigidity, it's being frugal, it's holding on to things even if you feel like maybe it's not right, but like holding on to it because you're afraid to lose what you already have, even if you're getting promised something more. And Seven of Pentacles is vision. It's kind of checking in to see how your investments are paying off. It's seeing maybe some progress, even if it's slow progress. So I feel like some of you might have been in a relationship or in like a relationship dynamic that you're not happy with, and your destiny is tied into having something a lot more abundant, whether that's literal wealth and abundance, or if it's just the emotional factor coming in, or just something that makes you feel a lot more fulfilled, that's going to pull you through your entire life. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is relationship related, and it doesn't have to be romantic, but that's what I'm leaning towards for most people. But just feeling like you're kind of waking up to what your soul is kind of pulling you towards. And all the groups had kind of an element of that, but yeah, there's definitely a through line. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So you have stillness. I think that might be something that's necessary for you to really check in with how you're feeling, with where things are at right now. I think you have to get still and allow things to just come to the surface, because I feel like right now things might not feel very clear. And then you have purity. So I feel like, again, that's kind of related to the stillness. I think you need to get to the core of things. Peel away all that's not serving. Peel away maybe the thoughts that aren't really true, especially if it's something that somebody else has thought and you don't feel like that's necessarily your perspective on the situation. And with purity, see how the wolves or fox's eyes are two different colors. I feel like you're almost seeing either two sides of a situation, or you're seeing kind of what's present in the world right now, but you're also seeing into the spiritual realm a little bit, and maybe recognizing there's something else out there for you. Even if you can't see it clearly right now, you can see enough of it to know maybe that's what's right for you. You know why this isn't resonating. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get the Eight of Cups, because I am feeling a very Eight of Cups energy here, like that kind of disillusionment with what you've currently got going on. You have the Sacred Union, partnership, romance, number 27. So that's very much what I was thinking. There's a partnership here, and if romantic partnership does not resonate, this could be a business partnership too, but it's just you and somebody else working together towards a common goal, and feeling very aligned with that. So a lot of you, it might be leaving one relationship to move into another. It might be leaving behind working on your own to partner up with somebody else. It's going to differ for everybody, but there's definitely an element of working together with one other person. You have the Hawk Prince, spirit communication, paying attention, number 11. So yeah, I feel like if you pay attention, you will get those signs and synchronicities. You will be able to get some of that kind of judgment, that wake-up call happening for you. And I feel like you might be having that happening right now, but you're not tuning in. So it's just saying, try to tune in. You have the Keeper of the Scales, fairness and balance, number 38. So I feel like you're wanting to come more into balance, and maybe you're in a relationship or something right now that's not very balanced. It's not an equal give and take. Or like maybe you're even the one not giving enough because you just don't feel like it's right, and you're kind of doing the bare minimum. I just feel like you're wanting to get into something where it is balanced, where you're equally strong, you're equally passionate, you're on the same page when it comes to what your common goals are. And then you have the Desert Prince, Survival and False Promises, number 19. So I feel like this is what a lot of you are leaving behind. So it could be that somebody is kind of promising you something that maybe they don't want. Maybe you don't want that. But I just feel like you kind of clung on to somebody or to a situation because you needed it to survive. And now you've gotten to the point where you can start to flourish. You've gotten to this Seven of Pentacles where you're like, okay, let's take stock. Let's figure out, is this serving me anymore or no? Like, is this something that I still need right now? And I feel like for most of you, the answer to that is no. You have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So I feel like that's a lot of it right now, is that you're not sure if you're going to be supported. And maybe you've hesitated to move towards like career goals or personal goals because you felt like you weren't being supported by the universe, or you weren't being supported by whoever this partner is. And I think this is saying, you know, you can have that partnership that is going to support you. You can have the support of people around you. So move towards whatever you would do if you had that support guaranteed. You have number 35, Angel, and number 30, Enchanted from this deck. So there's definitely kind of wings here going on, but I'm going to read from the book like I did for the first two piles, just because this is a newer deck and I feel like it's going to be more helpful to give some of these keywords and things. All right, so for Angel, number 35, so it says seek the truth. The keywords are strength, truth, trust, and integrity. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but she's a symbol of truth and honor. She's wise, strong, courageous, and fierce. She's committed to finding the truth and upholding what is right. So that kind of fits with this fairness and balance here. So yeah, it's basically just saying to empower ourselves to be more vigilant, hold the people who are peddling lies accountable for their actions and for what they're saying. So I feel like a lot of you, maybe that's what's going on with this false promises and stuff, is maybe you committed to somebody who said that they wanted the same things that you do, and then you find out that they don't, or they don't have the ability to give that to you or something. But I just feel like there is this energy of kind of distrustfulness going on, and it's not total distrustfulness. Like, I feel like you still have a pretty solid trust in yourself, but you're recognizing maybe this person isn't right. Maybe I can't trust this situation as much as I thought. And then number 30, Enchanted. So it says, let go of what you cannot change and embrace what you can. The keywords are attachment, choice, change, and freedom. So it says to let go of any of the fluttering ghosts and release a breath as they drift, fade, and vanish in the air. There are times in our lives when we need to let go of the past and unhealthy attachments. The attachments might be the loss of somebody or something, hurt and injustice, or hopes and dreams. Because when we end up reliving those memories over and over, we stagnate, we're unable to pursue opportunities for change. So that's huge right now. I think it's important for you to pursue an opportunity for change, to make a choice, to choose what is right for you, what is better for you. If you're in kind of this false promises perspective right now, choose something else, because you have that ability. So I love how these are tying together, but I do feel like that's what's going on right now, is you have to make that choice to move towards what is right for you and away from what you now know to be false. So you have focus, and you also have inner peace, and then I told you got a lot of cards. You also have reinvention. Focus, inner peace, and reinvention. So I feel like for these, I do think that focus is really kind of drawing your attention to what is right for you, you know, focus on that. Don't focus on things that maybe aren't right for you. Like, I feel like even if you're on a dating site or something, are you going to focus on somebody that you know cannot give you what you want? Like, if you want kids and somebody says they don't want kids, are you going to waste any time on that or not? Or if your beliefs don't line up, or if someone's looking for something short term and you're looking for long term, you know, make sure you're only focusing on what you want. Like, even what this card says, hold your ground and shine bright and unwavering. So make sure you're unwavering in what you want and are not compromising just because you feel like you can't get exactly what you want. Inner peace. So I feel like cultivating your own inner peace is going to be important, and I think you're going to gain that inner peace once you kind of allow yourself to want what you want and to only go for that and not settle for less. And then reinvention. You're allowed to reinvent yourself. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to recognize that something from your past that served you is no longer serving you, and let it go with love. And then finally, your Intuit Oracle Zodiac cards. You have Person of Air, the Great Mentalist. So that's definitely this, it's air energy. It could be an air sign, but it's very mental energy. So that truth, the fairness, it's very much this angel card as well. And then you have Cat, apathetic, disinterested, aloof, my way or the highway. So I think this is almost encouraging you to be this kind of brutal force like this. So this doesn't necessarily have to be how somebody else is, because I almost feel like I'm getting kind of fiery energy from the wrong one, and this is like what the energy is that you need to take on, is this kind of not settling for less. You will only go for what is right for you, and that's it. So I feel like that's part of your destiny, is just connecting with whoever or whatever is right for you, and allowing yourself to change your mind and to wake up to what you truly need and what you truly want. I do think, however, that ties in with another person. But let's get your charms and see what they have to say. So we are going to use the heart to figure out what's in the heart of the situation. So group 3, what is your destiny? All right, of course you got, I think, the most charms as well. So in the heart, you have the butterfly, which is a symbol we were seeing in there. That's transformation, that's change, it's making up your mind. And then you have the heart key. So I think that's what it is you want to make sure you find that match for you. What really makes your soul soar, what makes your heart sing, what feels like it is that key for your lock. You want to make sure that that's what you're finding, and not just looking for someone and being like, yeah, that's good enough. You have mom here in the heart, so that might be a message for someone. It could be a shout out from your mom. It could mean you want to be a mom or you are a mom, but that could just be an extra message for somebody. You have the messages in a bottle, so a message incoming, communication, kind of sending out that, I don't want to say leap of faith, but that spark of hope, just hoping that somebody is going to find your message, sending that energy out to the universe like you want to find your soulmate. That's almost the energy I feel like a lot of you are in right now. You have the dragon here, so that's fiery energy, but that just makes me think that you are protected, you are powerful, you are able to make decisions for yourself and protect yourself, but you also have protection around you. You have Sagittarius energy here, so that could be you or somebody else. It also has to do with freedom and adventure, so maybe that's kind of the stage you've been in. I almost feel like you've been in that adventurous stage, and you're ready to just kind of hone in exactly on what you want. You have the candy cane here, so that could have to do with Christmas time, timing-wise, but it could also just have to do with like treats and just little gifts for yourself. So I feel like you might even be seeing some synchronicities that feel like little secret gifts just meant for you. You have this gymnast who's bending over backwards. So this is telling you not to bend over backwards for somebody or to try to make it work anymore, stand your ground. You have the mermaid back, which is talking about kind of being alluring. It's siren energy, drawing somebody in. So that there's something drawing you in, you just don't know what it is yet. You have this bare tree, so I feel like you might be kind of in a winter of your, like your energy feels very wintry right now, like it just feels bare, like you're kind of in hibernation mode, but things are going to start sparking soon. Yeah, you have the little poinsettia, so that's kind of Christmas energy as well. That just makes me think of how long you want something to last. I don't know why that's my kind of what I'm tying in with the poinsettia, but it makes me think of, like really putting the energy into watering it and making it last, and then other people kind of just let it die off because they're like, it's just a Christmas flower, it'll die off anyway. That's kind of what I'm getting, is figuring out what you want to invest in, what you want to keep alive, and that's the relationship or the situation that you should go for. You have night energy, so that is somebody else coming in, especially because that's right on top of the lone wolf. So the person coming in might be kind of a lone wolf character who's maybe been alone for a while, but is looking for their pack, looking for their mate. And I think that that's going to really resonate with you when it comes in. And then you have the wrench here, so that's just like fixing things up, really making sure that things are like right. And I think recognizing where there are kind of leaks in your energy as well. Like I feel like you might be bleeding energy into other people because you're trying to help, or you're absorbing too much of other people's energy or expectations, because we also have the octopus that's kind of sticking your hands in too many things, feeling overwhelmed, juggling too much at once. Stay flexible. Make sure that you're not kind of too rigid in what you're doing. And this is kind of tying in with Sagittarius energy for me again, just because that looks like the bow pose, and I'm thinking like bow and arrow, like Sagittarius symbolism. We have the snowflake here, so that has to do with winter again, and then uniqueness. It makes me kind of think of a perfect match too, because there are so many people out there. You're bound to find somebody who is very fitting towards you, and who just fits you well. You have the acorn, which is the seed of something that can be strong and long lasting. And then you have the passport, which is travel. It's trying something different. It's recognizing that you might not have discovered all that is out there yet. So I feel like that's what it's encouraging you to do. It's saying your destiny is to go out there and explore, and you're going to kind of hone in on what is right for you, and just kind of tie yourself up in whoever or whatever situation is right for you. And there is a lot of winter symbolism here too. So I feel like for a lot of you that could be birthday related, like with that kind of Sagittarius energy that's close to winter. But it could also be when you meet this person. So it's not too far off, but maybe it's longer than you'd like. But yeah, if this resonates, I hope it does. Please leave me a comment below if you feel like sharing your situation. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, especially because it really does help out my channel, and I appreciate those of you who have already done so. Yeah, I hope it resonated. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.